Very nice. Almost done. Almost done. 2, 1, and done. All right. Woo!
TopFitPros.com.
We talked about the fact that we need to fill up the day with clients throughout the day, not just beginning and end, but in the middle. So let's talk about your most valuable clients. Who really brings value to you? They're the ones you can get that are going to train in the middle of the day. That's what fills up your book, fills up your day, so you don't have to go home and take a nap. You come in when you need to come in, stay through a regular work day, and go home and have a life. Have a nice full night's sleep. That's valuable to you. So you need to structure your business in such a way that you can do that. So when you're first starting out, really not possible probably for you to do that. But in a couple of years, you ought to be able to do that. You ought to have your book full from a reasonable hour in the morning to a reasonable time in the evening, and you can go home. All right, so how do you do that? Well, first of all, you have to understand who's available to train during the middle part of the day. Well, there are different categories. The most obvious, of course, are stay-at-home moms or stay-at-home dads for that matter. The people who are going to be there and they've got a schedule. If they're taking the kids to school, dropping them off at 8:30 in the morning, and then they're not getting home, the kids aren't getting home until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they've got that whole center part of the day just wide open. You can ask them to come at whatever time. Now that's great. That is great stuff. So stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads, great clients to have. Retired people, seniors, they have busy schedules. Believe it or not, they're very busy. I think you probably thought I was going to say they have all the time in the world, but really they're very, very busy people. But one advantage is that you can get them to come in at hours that a lot of other people can't. So even though they're really busy, if you can get on their schedule and become a regular part of their calendar, you slot it in at a time that works for both you and your client, it could be any time of the day. They're not going to want to work late at night. They're not going to want a lot of times to work early in the morning, which is great because you can get a lot of people that'll do that. Anybody who's got a job is going to want to work out before they go to work or after they get home. But in the middle part of the day, they just can't do it unless they're self-employed. So if you can get some self-employed clients, then that can work. Or somebody who works at home who can legitimately, take a break in the middle of the day to go do something else. They can come and work out during the middle part of the day. So there are a lot of different subsets of people that you can get to come in. But it means that you have to have some knowledge to address those markets. So, for example, you probably have to have some training in how you train specifically women or older women. That's a broad category. Elderly or seniors. That's another. These are big certification programs that are out there and available. And I would recommend that you address those because those are important groups to go after. And you need to know how to train them to be successful at that. Okay, and then beyond that, there's also the fact that people, when they're in more of a crisis mode, say they've been in pain and they need to get out of pain, they've gone to a doctor, the doctor says, well, there's nothing really I can do for you. It's not that kind of pain. Why? Because it's tight muscles. It's dysfunctional fascia. Those are things that personal trainers can deal with. And when you position yourself where you know how to handle that stuff through corrective exercise, through myofascial release, trigger point therapy, and you know how to train clients to resolve those issues, then all of a sudden your schedule is whatever you want it to be because they're going to take time off from work. They're going to do whatever they have to do to get out of pain, to get on your schedule, to get on your calendar so their problem can be resolved. So that means all these things mean education. I'll help you with this. I'll help you to learn what you need to know. But you may also want to be getting some advanced certifications that go along with it, like, training women, training seniors. Those segments of the market that you can hit in the center of the day. And corrective exercise. Corrective exercise is huge. Get into that. Learn about that, because that really pays dividends. People want to resolve their physical issues that are solvable by a personal trainer. And they'll come to you and you'll get referrals that way. So those are really important. Address those, but stick with me. I'll keep teaching you. I will teach you as you go along, and I will help you to know how you train those kinds of people, those different demographics, because you're going to have to hit a number of different demographics to really fill your day out. So I'll see you next time.
TopFitPros.com